Okay, I'm hoping you guys can hear me. If you can't, I don't really know what I'm going to do. So I'll just wait until someone actually comes in the room, and then you can let me know if you can hear me or not. But I guess until then, I will start by saying, my name is Raye Turonek. I am a screenwriter, I am a novel writer, and I am an astrologer. I also read tarot cards as well, as some of you know. I have been in the industry here for, I would say, my first novel, actually, Compelled to Murder, came out in 2016. So when Compelled to Murder came out, I was, of course, doing my thing, promoting my books and things like that. And I actually had the opportunity, I was lucky enough to run into Tina Smith, and she actually worked at the post office with me. She was my trainer for Windows training. So she tells me, oh, you have a book, I have a book club, and we read books. So I hooked up with them, and they actually featured Compelled to Murder, which is a story of one man's vengeance, fighting crime, or not necessarily just the fact of fighting crime, but he was fighting for the retribution of what took place, what destroyed his family. I'm trying to not give you much of it. But anyway, so from there, you hear me? Yay! Okay, all right, so now I can be normal now. I was so nervous, I didn't even know if you could hear me. Okay, so now that I know you can hear me, I want to say thank you so much to Tracy, first of all, for allowing me to utilize her platform. Thank you for inviting me here. I appreciate it very much so, because you don't have to do that, and not many authors are. The industry's getting better, with assist and support and things like that. But it's very important that we have support, because that's how we move up. Teamwork makes the dream work. So I appreciate you very much so for this. Now, as I was saying, I am an astrologer, I am a novel writer, and a screenwriter. So my first book, Compelled to Murder, came out in 2016. After Compelled to Murder came out, and I hooked up with Tina and ICU Reading and Chatting, Ebony Evans, and the whole crew. They actually reviewed Compelled to Murder, which is wonderful. It's actually one of my books that has the most reviews to date. So once they did that, they actually hooked me up with Michelle Moore at the Hood Books book fair. So I did the Hood Books book fair, and from there, that is where I met Rainisha Pittman. And from aligning with Rainisha Pittman, she put me into anthologies. She asked me if I would like to work on an anthology with her. Now, this is one of the anthologies we did. It's not in print anymore. I'm actually going to take my short stories out of this one and the other, so that I can put them out in my own little short story book. So anyway, in this book with me was not only Rainisha, but CJ Hudson, Tito Bradley, Daniel Bixby, Juan Diaz, and Nisha Lane. So that was this book. And then after that, we had Off With His Head. Okay, so Off With His Head, all of these are mystery suspense thrillers. Of course, one is, this is for the Christmas holiday. The other was for Valentine's holiday. But these are the only two like collabs that I have done. I'm not opposed to doing collaborations, but I am very picky as to who I'm going to choose to collaborate with. I will say that. Now, from there, I obtained my agent, Entice. She's a wonderful agent. She actually has quite a few authors under her in the C-suite that she agents for. From there, I was picked up by Urban Books in Kensington. So my book, Deadliest Intuition, is my latest book that just came out. It's a psychological thriller. So please make sure you guys pick this up. You'll probably see my newest psychological thriller, Rule Route 8, on there as well. It's coming out on June I believe it's June the 27th or 28th of 2022. So definitely be looking out for that. But Deadliest Intuition, I would love for you to read and review. It is the bookish thing to do, of course, this psychological thriller. And I can actually read the synopsis on the back to you if you'd like, to give you an idea of what it's about. The often misunderstood Ronald Dooley lives his life as a single man with few attachments. After the death of his sister, he hasn't a living person left in the world. That is until he meets Gertrude Liberal, who immediately shows interest in the odd stranger. The outspoken natural beauty sees his distant demeanor as endearing. Eventually wearing down his defenses, Gertrude finds a place in his heart against what Ronald would call his better judgment. He once thought of himself as being steered through life by a keen intuition, but that now manifests into something much more sinister. As Gertrude unearths the Dooley's family secrets, it's not an easy last name to say. As Gertrude unearths the Dooley secrets, she begins to question the man she's found herself entangled with. Who is Ronald really? And how does he always seem to read people's minds? Someone might be willing to kill to keep the secrets tucked away. Will Gertrude's curiosity spell her demise, or will Ronald be able to control his innermost thoughts once his secrets are unearthed? Feast your eyes on Deadliest Intuition, a suspenseful psychological thriller sure to leave your heart pounding. So that is my latest novel that just released. Please definitely don't hesitate to check it out. Now, Compelled to Murder, as I said, is a story of one man's vengeance. It's a suspenseful, gripping story about the downfall of a man's relationship and the tower moment that really ended his happy family. And he goes out and tries to seek, or he doesn't try, he does. He goes out and he seeks retribution for what happened to him, okay, in his family. So that's what this book is about. When I got actually picked up by my agent and the publisher, this book, I did a part 2. And I also extended this version. So you may see another version of this without the noose on it, with a man on the front. Oh, with a man on the front. And that is the extended version of this book. And then I have Compelled to Murder, Stephen's Lineage as well. And that's part 2. So I would love for you guys to dive into those. Now, before I go, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, I want to make sure that you guys do a few things, in the industry. Definitely, as authors, you should definitely be taking part in the different book fairs and mingling with others. Even if it's within book groups and things like that. It's very important, especially coming into this new year, that we network and that we team up with people. We can't do anything by ourselves, okay? Teamwork makes the dream work. Seriously, especially in this coming year. So collaborations and things like that are what's going to bring you up. I'm not only saying that as a writer from experience, but I'm saying that from also an astrologer's wisdom. This is what the astrology says. You should definitely be teaming up with others because it expands your reach, okay, coming into this next year. Please make sure that you check out my Facebook group, All Things E-Raye. It is where I talk about that's where Mental Chatter Musings interactive newsletter is. My newsletter actually spotlights authors. It gives you tips and advice on writing, tips and advice on healing, and it also includes your monthly astrology. Now, I've since converted the newsletter into an interactive newsletter. So now you can go to my Facebook group, All Things E-Raye, and we are interactive in there discussing not only the newsletter and who we're featuring, which Mental Chatter Musings is actually featuring LaJill Hunt this month. And she herself is a novel writer, a screenwriter, a producer. She bears many hats. She's a literary influencer all around. So I implore you to go into my group, All Things E-Raye, and join and check out what we have there. Now, you can always go into my Facebook group, to my YouTube channel Enchantress Press Astrology, and that is where you can find your weekly astrology. It's very easy. I've cut it down to one video, so you just go to the video, right in the comment section, you click on the timestamp next to your sign, your zodiac sign, and the video will skip straight to the portion that you need to hear. So I make it pretty easy. I've made some changes, like making the newsletter interactive and switching it to one video, just so that I can have more time to write, because currently I am writing a few projects, working on a few things. So it's very, like I said, important for me to have time to work on my craft, you know, and hone my craft. And as a writer, you guys know that's very important. As a reader, not necessarily, but as a writer, it's very important to hone your craft. And through that, and in order to do that, you have to read more, and you also have to write more. Okay, practice makes perfect. So that's why I have been making these different changes. If you guys have, if some of you have noticed the things that I've been doing. So please check out also my latest novel, Rule Route 8. If I didn't say it before, it comes out June the 28th, 2022. Part 2 comes out in December. So you can already get that on pre-order. And it is also a psychological thriller as well. That's kind of my thing. So I won't take up any more of your time. Read and review Compelled to Murder. Please read and review Deadliest Intuition. And I say read and review. I don't want you to take it lightly. Reviews mean so much to authors, okay? So if you leave us an Amazon review, if you want to take it a step further and leave us a Goodreads review, if you want to take it a step further and tag us in your review, you know, as long as it's not a terrible review, you know, that would be wonderful. We definitely appreciate that. So if you read Compelled to Murder or any of my novels, leave me a review. Communicate with me. I am very easy to talk to. I'm not egoic, stuck up, or anything like that. You know, I'm pretty down to earth, actually, if you get to know me. And I look forward to getting to know you and have you read one of my novels and review. So I hope you guys have a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas. Oh, and if you can, the perfect Christmas novel to check out this month would definitely be Perfectly Fine Christmas by LaJill Hunt. Mental Chatter Musings is reading that now, me. So I would love to see that you are reading that along with me. And you can also tag me in that review as well and show LaJill some love. But thank you for being here today. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And happy holidays. I'll see you guys around. Bye now.